So I'll go through the basics if people are using Cura and want to know the basics of Prusa. So I'll just go through some of the toolbars on it. This is what Roger has sent. Now he's trying to print this in one hit on his printer, which sort of just about fits. So what I would suggest, Roger, to sort this one out, stand it on its end, cut it in half, and then lay it down again. Personally, I would print it more like that.
Yeah, that's how I was doing it this afternoon, anyway.
And then put, say, I mean, I don't use it, but put a print settings, put a brim on it, put a 5mm brim. Let's have a look. And that way, you've got a bit more at the bottom there, Roger?
Yeah, I'm following you.
Do you see it there?
Yep.
So that'll give you a lot better stickiness to start with, and hopefully that wouldn't curl. You could either increase it as well to give you a bit more. That's a 5mm brim on it.
And you did all that in Prusa?
That's in Prusa, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Flush you down to a 7-hour print.
There we go, yeah. In stealth mode, 6 hours in normal mode. I still haven't worked out what stealthy is. Makes the same noise to me. Yeah, so you're happy with that, Roger?
Yep, I can follow this.
Right.
Thank you very much.
Might I suggest that if you're doing that, make sure your two brims touch. That might hold each other down. You had those brims with a gap between them.
Yeah, that might help.
If they merge, it would probably be a bit better.
Or just increase your brim.
Yeah.
But
What about the sticking factor? The adhesive?
well, my personal choice of adhesive or bed stickiness is dilute PVA. Any sorts, kids glue, anything like that.
Oh, I've got plenty of PVA.
I put like 6 drops of PVA to about 30 drops of water. It's very runny. It's hard to apply it actually because it's that runny. Warm the bed up, a little sliver of that on it, and I don't have a problem. The problem is sometimes it's coming up, getting the stuff off, but I use the shock treatment of putting it in the freezer or putting a bag of peas on it to get the thermal shock, and it pops off. So John Fogarty has tried that method and he loves it now. He puts his in the freezer and it sticks well and it pops off at the end of your print.
Okay.
All right, it's worth a go.
Yeah.
So you were happy with the way that was sliced then, Roger?
I think so, yeah. I think we could follow that.
Yeah.
But
Done.
leave it on the video, please, John. You know, the catch up.
Yeah, will do.
Yep. Right, we'll start off with just the basic toolbars. If people are using Cura or that and don't know, you've got your move tool or your left-hand mouse. Just move your stuff around. You can scale, different, all basic stuff. Your rotate tool. But handy thing is it's segmented in degrees. You don't have to be 45 degrees So it's quite handy for that. Place on face is a good one. So you wanted to cut this model in half. You click on it and you see this place on face are highlighted. Click on that one and it will stand up. It'll stand it up. And then if you slice it or do what you like to it and you want to put it back on the bed, back on the bed it goes. Nice one, that one. We'll do the next one down is the actual, we'll place this on the bed and then we'll slice it. Now this is really handy. On the left there, cut, and normally it goes bang in the middle. But you can move it up and down. So you wanted to cut off that knobbly bit on the top. Bring it up. So it just disappears. Like that. And you've got a choice, keep upper part, keep lower part. Keep the lower part, remove the upper, perform the cut. You've taken that off and you'll place it back on the bed. It's quite a powerful, it's twice now, it's quite a powerful thing in the slicer to manipulate STLs. Paint on supports. I don't really use this. Some objects are not visible. So we'll skip that one, we'll come back to that. And seam painting, I'm not sure on that one, but there's plenty of other things you can do on this. So what we go. First thing you can do, you can always add objects. So if we add an object or add a shape, and we'll put it in, say, a box, we'll scale it. And say you've got your STL on there and you want to put your signature on the bottom. Right click, add a part, load a part, and if you've already got your STL, bring in your STL, do a resize on it, around I suppose. When it's like this, you do, and you've added a part, both parts will be selected. If you look on the right, you can pick your shape box or your graphics or whatever you're adding to it. So we click on there, shape box, resize it. Now, because you've added a part, you can move it around. So if you want, come on. I've lost it now, haven't I? It's disappeared. Right, move it now. So what you can do is you can add stuff to whatever you've got in your slicer already. So if you wanted to move that text down, bring it down onto your object. And there you go, and you can print. And if you slice that now, you can see at the top there, that will print. So it's good for adding things to STLs to STLs. We get rid of that. It's also good for adding a negative to an STL. So we'll put a negative on if we load it. do the same thing. Waves are coming in different sizes. Now underneath, it should be on the bottom. Actually, it's not quite on the bottom, is it? But you get the drift. There we go. But you get the idea. You can add stuff to it and take stuff away from it, which is quite good. Can we do variable layer height? Yeah, I've got a little cheat sheet here. So let's just add a shape. On the top toolbar is the add. So you add an STL, opens up your last folder, minus, bin, arrange. So normally arranges around the center. Copy, plus is add an instant. And if you arrange it, there we go. You can set, I think it might be in the settings. The distance between objects when you arrange them. Search, well, just search for different parts within Prusa. So if you wanted to find the menu for before layer change G code, click on it and it takes you to it with a little arrow. That's quite handy because plenty of menus underneath here. One thing it's good for on the end there, it's variable layer height. It's quite a good one. We've got nothing on there. Let's add a shape. Add a sphere. So a bit extreme. Right, variable layer. There's this one here. And what you can do is, right on the top, it will come out, and because it's set at 0.2, we'll go extreme 0.8. And that'll be your final layers on the top. No, it doesn't like that, does it? But what you can do is, can you see the yellow line? If you scroll your mouse wheel, it gets thicker. And then click on and see this blue line, you can move it over and it takes out, if you see the top there, it takes out some of the layers, or it thins the layers down on the top. If you go back to what it was, if you right click, it will take it down. And if you left click, you can bring it up. It's quite handy if you want to smooth off and say, like the top of an egg there. And if we slice that, probably see the layers are thinner, and then as you come down, they get thicker. It's a handy one to know. And you just click on it again, on it, off it, there is a sub menu down here, adaptive speed. You can set the radius. These are sort of, you can play with them. Let's say, I don't use it myself, but it can be handy.